Yes, 15 placed on leave after New York prison inmate's death, governor says. You read that right. And yes, we are back in New York. New York wants you. Of course they do. But in usual fashion, the ads are going to keep popping up. So we're going to go to reader mode, and then we'll come back and we'll watch this little video. 15 placed on leave. Okay, I thought I said 11. 15 placed on leave after New York prison inmate's death, governor says. Oh, that was so difficult. New York General, CNN. New York State Police say they're investigating the Saturday death of an inmate who was housed at an upstate medium security prison, reports of which Governor Kathy Hochul called deeply troubling on Monday. Messiah Nantwi, a 22-year-old inmate at Mid-State Correctional Facility in Marcy, died at a hospital, state police said Monday. Mid-State. Isn't that the one that Robert Brooks was transferred from? I can't remember. Anyway, although authorities have not said what led to or caused the death, the New York Times reported that 9 prisoners, 7 of whom agreed to use their names, said in interviews the inmate had been brutally beaten by corrections officers at Mid-State. Seems like we've read this story before. 15 staff members have been placed on leave in connection with the death, Hochul said on Tuesday. 11 were placed on leave initially, according to the New York State Department of Corrections and Community Supervision. Leave a comment and let us know what you think. I'll leave a comment. While the investigation into the incident is ongoing, early reports point to extremely disturbing conduct leading to Mr. Nantwi's death, and I'm committed to accountability for all involved. Are we now, Ms. Hochul? The people of New York extend our deepest condolences to Mr. Nantwi's family and loved ones, Hochul said in a release Tuesday. Nantwi's death came nearly 3 months after state inmate Robert Brooks, a 43-year-old black man, died after what authorities said was a December beating by correctional officers at a different prison in Marcy, less than a mile from Mid-State. The governor, when asked Monday about reports of Nantwi's death, said it was very much under investigation. And you know they usually investigate themselves, and they found out they didn't do nothing wrong. I want to see camera footage. Deeply troubling, Hochul said during a news conference Monday morning in New York City. The actual cause of death is not known, but it is my highest priority to get to the bottom of this and find out what happened. At a Monday night news conference, State Department of Corrections Commissioner Daniel Martuscello III echoed the governor's concern, describing Nantwi's death as a tragedy. Upon immediately learning of the death of the individual, we made a referral to an independent investigation by the Attorney General's office and the state police, as well as placed staff involved in the incident on administrative leave. He said, I'm betting that's paid administrative leave. Due to that ongoing investigation, we have no further comments at this time. And when they comment, what's the comment going to be? No comment. State police were told about Nantwi's death on Saturday, the agency said in a release Monday. Nantwi was pronounced deceased at Wynn Hospital in Utica, New York, state police said. The circumstances surrounding his death are part of an ongoing investigation by the New York State Police with the assistance of the New York State Department of Corrections and Community Supervision Office of Special Investigations. The State Corrections Department confirmed Saturday's death in a statement. Can we say state one more time? Obtained by the news. An incarcerated individual was taken from Mid-State Correctional Facility to an outside hospital earlier today, Saturday, and declared dead a short time later. The Corrections Department statement reads, any death that appears to be from other than natural causes or a known medical condition is investigated by multiple agencies, including the State Attorney General's Office, New York State Police, and the New York State Corrections Department. The statement reads, apparently we can say state 12 more times, a spokesperson with Attorney General Letitia James' office said the Office of Special Investigation is conducting a preliminary assessment of the matter. And everybody knows this one, Miss Letitia is a complete idiot. Nonprofit group calls for release of camera footage. Absolutely. I want to see every bit of it. Nantwi was serving a prison sentence of up to 5 years at Mid-State Correctional Facility for conviction of a criminal weapon possession charge. a Class C felony according to online incarceration records. He also was facing murder charges in connection with the killings of 2 people in Manhattan's Harlem neighborhood in April 2023, according to court records. He had pleaded not guilty to those charges and had a hearing scheduled for May, according to court records. CNN has reached out to Nantwi's attorney in the 2023 case for comment. The Legal Aid Society, a nonprofit law firm that represents low-income New Yorkers, issued a statement calling on the state's corrections department to release all camera footage and information regarding the incident. The recent death of a 22-year-old at Mid-State Correctional Facility, whom, according to reports, was brutally beaten by staff, is unconscionable, especially in the wake of the killing of Robert Brooks, who suffered a similar fate, the group said. This tragedy underscores the inherent culture of staff violence that pervades New York's prisons and the urgent need for transparency, accountability, and reform, the group said. Exactly what they don't want you to have: transparency, accountability, or reform. Stan Geman? I don't know. Executive Director of New York County Defender Services, called Nantwi the latest victim of the New York State's Department of Corrections. Mr. Nantwi was a bright 22-year-old man whose dysfunctional, violent upbringing left him with significant mental health challenges, but also with an unbroken spirit. Jaman said, "True, he was incarcerated, but he was still entitled, like all of us, to basic human dignity and safety, absolutely. Instead, he suffered a violent, senseless death at the hands of state corrections officers operating within a toxic culture that our society mainly ignores." Nantwi's death comes after 6 prison workers were indicted on murder charges in February in connection with the death of Brooks. Authorities said Brooks died in the early hours of December 10th after he was beaten by corrections officers while handcuffed at Marcy Correctional Facility. Besides the 6 indicted on murder charges in Brooks' death, 3 other prison workers were each charged with second-degree manslaughter, and another was charged with tampering with physical evidence. The story has been updated with additional information, yada, yada, yada. That's all we have on that one. Also, I was looking up the New York State Corrections where their standoff strike was at when I came across this one. And as soon as they finish wrapping up the charges for the Brooks death, I'm going to do a video on that one. Now, let's see what this one has to say. Maybe there'll be an ad.
The death of an inmate is under investigation at another upstate New York facility. Authorities say 22-year-old Messiah Nantwi, an inmate from the Bronx who was incarcerated at Mid-State Correctional Facility in Marcy, was pronounced dead at a nearby hospital Saturday. Governor Kathy Hochul addressing the matter Monday.
Deeply troubling. I'm analyzing the early reports on what is happening.
Nantwi arrived at Mid-State last May to serve a 5-year sentence for criminal possession of a weapon. 9 prisoners interviewed by the New York Times Sunday say Nantwi was brutally beaten by corrections officers. The Times says the prisoners' accounts could not be independently confirmed, and a spokesperson for DOC says the death is under investigation.
They couldn't be independently denied either, and can't confirm it or deny it.
The actual cause of death is not known, but it is my highest priority to get to the bottom of this and find out exactly what happened. We'll make sure the press knows as soon as we do.
Department of Corrections Commissioner Daniel Marticello III says 11 staff members involved in the incident have since been placed on leave.
As I indicated, we've made referrals to outside independent investigators with the Attorney General and the State Police. We need to let that process play out. In the interim, we have placed staff on administrative leave, and we have to wait for the investigation to unfold.
Messiah Nantwi's death comes nearly 3 months after prosecutors say Rochester native Robert Brooks was fatally beaten by corrections officers right across the street from Mid-State at Marcy Correctional Facility. 10 officers are facing criminal charges in that case, 6 of them charged with murder.
Alrighty, so that's where we're at with that one. Again, told you, Robert Brooks was not a one-off. Only reason we heard about that was because he died. And here we are yet again. Another one has died. You know as well as I know. This has been going on for a hot minute. So, let me know what you think about this one in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Also, again, a little bit of harassment. 90% of people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. Again, you know you're sitting right in front of your computer. You know you have your phone right there in your hand. All you gotta do is click the button and I'll quit the harassment. Let me know what you think, and I'm out.